Hello and welcome to another crack at stage 2 of the Get Rolling series. I did this yesterday and I finished I think like 14th, 15th or 14th. I was in the bunch sprint and I was like a second and a half behind the winner, but I might as well have been like 100 years behind them because I got it completely wrong on the finish, so I wanted to have another crack at it today. I've skipped to the end here because that's where like the interesting bit happens. So there's a guy who's made a break off the front here, made it quite a while ago, and we're all just we're just going to let him get away with it for a long time. But at this point I started to recover a bit, and so I thought I'd like push a bit on the front and see if I can encourage us to like try and chase him down. And a few people respond, like the Green Ninja, who's a really good racer. He's beaten me a few times now. He responds, and Steve Duke's is in this race as well, and Steve's a really good rider as well. Steve responds, and we all start to kind of push a bit, and by the end we actually do get the gap down to just like a few seconds. I think he only wins by like 2 or 3 seconds, but not to take anything away from his win, it was a brilliant breakaway and really strong rider. Like when I checked Zwift power before the race, he was like right at the cusp of the cut-off limit for Cat B, so never going to be able to catch him. But amazing performance by him. So we get to this point, and I'm trying to remember what I got wrong yesterday and try and do better this time. So one of the things that I was kind of a bit unlucky on was I got a feather power up for the end, and it's a downhill finish, so the feather isn't kind of particularly good, but unfortunately I get another feather here as well, so not a great power up, but I don't want to let that kind of distract me too much, so I'm trying to kind of regroup and think what to do. So the other thing that I got kind of really wrong yesterday was I left the sprint until way too late. I mean, that was the main thing that got wrong. I left the sprint until like 250 meters, and everyone went at like 450, so need to do better. So thinking here, I'll fire off the feather, try and like maybe recover a little bit if I can, and then see if I'm kind of feeling okay, if I'm going to make a longer attack. Yeah, trying to get the recovery in, and I'm also thinking that if I kind of get out front, I can maybe get some super tuck going, and that will help with the recovery, and then after kind of a few seconds of that, I can start to kind of make a kind of longer effort. But I don't know the lay of the land very well, and I get this wrong as well. So I need to go back and look at the details of this finish. If I want to try something like that, I need to know what's going on, because I'm not good enough to kind of do this stuff on the fly. I need to know what the terrain is beforehand. So someone's going to push off the front there as well. They've kind of gone a bit long. So I'm thinking now kind of try and get out front and get into the super tuck. So I push to get the speed up, and the speed comes up all right, but unfortunately the gradient caps at like it's like negative -3%. So that's not steep enough incline for super tuck. So I'm kind of looking here and kind of a little bit annoyed that it doesn't happen. So I'm just thinking, okay, well, it's not the end of the world. I just kind of keep pushing and try and stay towards the front of the group. I don't want to be all the way at the back, and just be mindful that I need to be going much earlier than I did yesterday. I don't know I think it does get steep enough for a super tuck, but it's like super brief, and then when it kind of gets really like steep enough, it's way too late in the race. So yeah, super tuck is not really the thing. But yeah, briefly it's like -5, -6% there. That's not enough. So yep, just sit in and try and get. I've drifted to the back a bit here, but it's kind of fairly bunched up, so I'm not quite super worried about that. But yeah, in retrospect, maybe I have kind of let this go a bit late again. So someone's off the front there. So okay, not too bad. I kind of get forward and then make a push. But unfortunately, like in much better position, I go much earlier, and I'm out kind of close to the front here. But I mean, it's going for second place, so I'm finding a kind of motivation's kind of dipped a little bit. And then these guys, they're stronger than me, and they've got arrows, and so I can't compete with that. They're just better. So I finished 8th, I think, in this one. 8th on Zwift and 7th on Zwift Power. 9th in this, and 7th on Zwift Power. So better than yesterday, and better timed sprint than yesterday, but yeah, still not enough to make the win. And unfortunately, Zwift crashes at the end here, so I think I did kind of higher power than yesterday, but I don't get to see the power profile because Zwift crashes. But yeah, that's like about the size of it. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one.